bitch like young. I bought a urine, set up, painted all your like a bird. Inside be back 2 times 2, my money, bitch, all I got. Yeah, I made money, my thought, but for that money, I love. Yeah, I'm shriving it daily. Yeah, I'm causing a madness. Yeah, I'm fucking up.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the AfroMattt Show. This episode number 210. Episode 210, and it is late. Actually, this is even late. This is on time for the week, so we just skipped a full week of the episodes. And I know I said I would never do that, but you know, guys, things happen. I had a wedding, and then immediately after that, horseback riding, and then a full day of like paddling, kayaking a river. Then after that, an amusement park, and then after that, packing for another vacation. So, guys, things are in chaos mode here. Let's see. What is new in the news? The benefit of being on vacation mode is that I don't read the news at all. So shit is actually pretty chill if you just don't read the news. But, your whole mood kind of takes a dive once you actually read stuff. Like, my dad sent a few news things to me in the group text, and I'm like, you know what? This actually doesn't exist if you don't know about it. Kind of. I know, like, it actually does actually affect people, like, in real life. But if you're, like, super disconnected, like, I always just imagine, what do the Amish people think right now? Like, what are the Amish people doing? Do they really care about anything besides just chilling? Because they are the most chill. I aspire every day to be just Amish without the kind of weird vibes that they give off. Like if we could like cultivate their chill, but without their, sort of like weird incestual, kind of like silent prairie vibe, but also have the chillness of, like the family stuff. And I think that might be the perfect society. So, I just try to live life as an Amish. But yeah, so let's actually go into the news, because this is when I do. So when I go into the news, and I got to be honest, guys, the news this week is grim. And, I forgot to say, if this is your first time joining us, this is a news, entertainment, education, comedy, it is transformative. I have to say that for YouTube now, because I keep on getting kind of like copyright stuff going. So this is what we call transformative art now. So this is an art piece, and this is a satire, and this is genuine news and also genuine education. So that being said, if you're returning, thank you again, and I apologize for the week. This one, it might be long to make up for it. Who knows? There is a lot of stuff to actually cover. So it's like, it's been bad news, but it's been just a lot of stuff. So I want to make sure to, one, document it, and two, to give my steaming hot takes. I'm going to drop some steaming hot takes on this episode. So, and it's not just the Jews this time. Okay. So let's go into, guys, this headline, when I saw this headline, guys, it affected me in a way I didn't know I could be affected. It touched me in ways I haven't been touched in a very long time. And this headline reads, Trump taps Palantir to create master database on every American. So, yeah, first off, you have to know who Palantir is. Palantir is Peter Thiel. But actually, we have to rewind that even further and ask what is also Peter Thiel, I believe, is Jewish. So, but that's neither here nor there. I do not want to. Now that there's a database on everyone, me saying that, I don't want that to be some sort of like ping in the database, and all of a sudden, I've got the open up, and then it's the IDF raiding my household, and then I have to, defend myself in court and say, hey guys, I'm not actually anti-Semitic. I just say anti-Semitic things. Okay. So I'm not. It's jokes, guys. Jokes. This is so Palantir. If we rewind back to the original use of Palantir, Palantir actually comes from the book The Lord of the Rings. The Palantir is, and I believe there are 4 of them given to each of the mages, and they're like Bluetooth. It's how they communicate. Each eye can see each other, and and they've been lost. And so where we're at in the book, when we get in the book, there's like 1 or 2 actual Palantirs left. And the Palantir, they use it to communicate with Sauron, and then the Fool of a Took holds one of the Palantirs, and then that gives away their location. So the Palantir is like this glowing orb, and also, I mean, I don't know if this wraps up into this, but I'm going to find this picture real quick. Here it is. Here's the photo. And I'm not saying that they're touching a Palantir in this picture, but this is President Trump. I'm sure everyone's seen this picture of him around the orb. This is the Egyptian president and this is Saruman, but this is the Egyptian president and the Saudi king Salman bin Abdulaziz and the Egyptian president Abdel Fattah al-Sisi. Okay. So, but imagine this glowing orb. This is a Palantir in Lord of the Rings. So, little bit of a throwback Lord of the Rings reference. Now, I don't know, because when you choose a name for a business, you have to, it has to mean something. For instance, Microsoft is about, I imagine, Bill Gates, Microsoft, small micro penis. So, and Amazon is short for amazing, maybe. Palantir is taken straight from Lord of the Rings, and it is a device used by Saruman, the evil, Saruman the White, although his robes are of many colors, by the way. Saruman the White, and he uses it to command his hordes and scout and see long distances and surveil. So, what Palantir actually does, I think they make semiconductors or something like that. They became famous for semiconductors used in, I think, like Cybertrucks, and then with the explosion of like e-cars and stuff like that, they became mega, like they just blew up like crazy. So now Trump is tapping Palantir, aka Peter Thiel, to create a database on every American. Now, you might say, oh, but they already have information on everyone. That's true, but it's the government that has it, not necessarily Palantir. So giving that information to a company, and I don't know why. I mean, this is what I said when I started this. This touched me in ways I've never been touched in a long time. I feel betrayed. I feel like this isn't what I voted for, and it makes me feel like it makes me want to say some things that are problematic. I will say, I will put it, I'll just let it be right there. It makes me think thoughts that are problematic, right? I'm not saying anything. I'm not telling anyone to do anything. I want that to be very clear. Just makes me very frustrated with the direction of this administration, right? And I'm a big enough man to admit when something's fucked up, and this is. So let's read on about this. So Trump administration is collecting data on all Americans, and they are enlisting the data analysis company Palantir to do it. The New York Times reports that President Trump has enlisted the firm founded by far-right billionaire Peter Thiel. Is he far-right? I thought he was gay. I guess you can be both. To carry out his March executive order instructing government agencies to share data with each other. The order has increased fears that the government is putting together a database to wield surveillance powers over the American public. You know, and it's hard to be. It's hard to kind of like say, oh, well, this was going to happen, because it was going to happen. It just sucks that it's happening this way, right? Tapping Palantir, giving Peter Thiel all of everyone's information, and then it's doubly bad because then you had, the Doge squad come in, the Doge squad scrubbing everyone. Definitely now it's shaping up that Elon Musk with Doge, what were in there, they saved a few bucks, but in the process scrubbed a bit of information, and by a bit I mean a lot of information from the US government. And then all of a sudden Elon Musk is like, hey, I'm stepping back. Literally the next week, Trump is like, hey, Palantir, I got something for you. I got something you might be interested in. And it sucks. It really does suck bad, because it's like mega bad. Like this is how end of times situation. Like, and on the cusp of like AI is now one of the craziest things. I mean, I'll go over it later, but they released like I'll go over Google's AI part, but like what I think they're preparing for is also their logo. I didn't realize this is it looks like a Palantir, the orb on one of the pedestals from Lord of the Rings, which is crazy. But I think that what they are going for is, and this first part is obvious, because they don't like people like me and you, and we are liabilities. I like to think about, and I was thinking about this the other day, we're old software. We're old hardware. So it's like if you buy a business and you take it over, and they've got all these shitty Dells, like those white, like yellowed, like all these Dells are all yellowed with age, and they're these big things, and they're still running on like Mac or whatever, or Windows 95, and you can't update them, and they're all run super shitty, and they're loud as hell. And you come into this business and you're like, guys, we have to upgrade our operating system here. We're running on Mac 9. We're running on Windows 95. This is what you've been running your business on. So us as humans are old hardware. We're old. We aren't as efficient. We need to sleep. We need to shit. We need to piss. We need to eat. We need to do that every day. And we still have things that we need that aren't even necessary. We still need free time. We still need hobbies. We need all this stuff that if you are a megalomaniac billionaire, are things that cost you money. And if you're a company like, so say you're Google, and your company, you have probably like 100,000 employees or whatever. Let's just say whatever for that. you can't possibly think of 100,000 people. Like, in your head, imagine 100,000 people. I don't even think there's a concert that fits 100,000 people. Like, I know there's 70,000 seat like stadiums, but I think that's like maxing out. 100,000 people. And now, as a billionaire, imagine you're a billionaire and you have to try to be sympathetic towards all of those people. I just don't think it's possible for them to do that. And of course, maybe as a normal person, you're like, yes, they're normal people. But as a billionaire, it's hard for them to do that. So they're in this situation where they have all this old operating system and a new update just came out, and all their Windows 95 situations can't compete. They can't compete, so they have to phase out the old operating system. So what are they going to do? Well, all of us are going to be delegated to the stuff that the operating system can do. So what can an operating system can't do? Well, it can't probably fry an egg. And it probably can't take your trash to a dumpster. It probably can't maybe pour a concrete foundation yet, right? So we will be delegated to manual labor. And I think, and guys, I know this is a bummer. This is a major bummer, but this is what's been on my mind. I just have to get it off. But that isn't sustainable with the old. So there's going to be a I don't know how to like put this any other way, but there's going to be a mass depopulation operation once they get their new operating system installed and working, and like all the kinks worked out and things are working really tight. Then it's a downgrade on all the start selling off the backlog, all the old product, sell it, scrap it for parts, pull it apart. That's us. So that's what when I read this headline the first time, that was my thoughts. All these thoughts raced through my head, and I just thought to it's no good. It's not good. This is the definition of a bad day. So Palantir is going to have a database on every single American. And it's easy to say, oh, Donald Trump's completely owned by the Jews, and now they want a database on everyone, so they know anyone who's being anti-Semitic, so that they can collect them and put them in re-education camps or labor camps, stuff like that. Now, maybe that happens, maybe that doesn't, maybe that's where we're headed, maybe, and guys, 100% chance Trump is compromised. At this point, there is a 0% chance that he is, going to come in, really explode things, delete, go in there with a sledgehammer, reshape government. That is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. It's just going to be kind of the same old situation. Now that they got what they want, they scrubbed our information, they sold it to Palantir. Maybe they chopped off a good chunk of whatever debt. Maybe they got like $1 trillion deal for our debt, but I mean, they better have gotten a good deal. I mean, it doesn't even matter because it's cooked either way. But at this point, we do have. I'm not gonna. It's not just black pills today. It's not just black pills. We do have the white pill at the end of the road. The white pill in the shape of a giant mushroom cloud, aka nuclear apocalypse. And then the group that grows out of that, hopefully, will not have, surveillance state. They won't have all this shit. It will be. I mean, they'll be fighting for growing wheat, but I mean, maybe that is worse. So maybe it's just a double black pill. So, let's see. What is the silver lining? Do we have a silver pill? Silver lining pill? Let's see. The silver lining is now we know that we. No, that's also a black pill. Okay, so now we know that at least, okay, here's the white pill. At least the one OG that we know who's still out there doing what he said he was going to do from day one, the day one OG, RFK Jr. He's still out there investing in COVID, and he is an OG. He's our day one. He's what I call Unk and a YN. So he is he slides, is what I'm trying to say. He recently said something about like he's no longer the CDC stance is no longer recommending COVID vaccines to children or pregnant women. So we're getting closer. I don't know why he doesn't just come out and say it and say, hey guys, we really can't recommend this thing to like anyone, really. In good conscience, we can't say anyone to let anyone take this thing. So, but I mean, as far as this goes, Thiel has multiple ties with Doge, both through Musk and through many of his former employees, working with an effort in taking others' jobs. Trump administration. The data collection effort could give Thiel, Musk, and Trump unprecedented power over Americans, with the president being able to punish the critics and target immigrants. Privacy advocates, student unions, and labor rights organizations are among those who have been sued to stop Trump's data collection efforts. Palantir's involvement also gives a powerful tech company access to his data, and its CEO, Alex Karp, doesn't exactly have a benign agenda, hoping to cash in on American techno-militarism. Techno-militarism. That's a new post-apocalyptic world I didn't think about, but now, I guess that's kind of a, they kind of had that in a Black Mirror episode with those dogs that like chase people, which are coming. The dog will scan your face. You'll see this little dog walk by. It's like with his little legs, or maybe it'll go faster. It'll be like, and then its head will turn, and it's scanning your body. Anti-Semitic, and then it just starts chasing you. You have 5 seconds to start sprinting away. You have 5 seconds to start sprinting, or it's gonna get you. You have 5 seconds to run, goy. Oh man, that it's only funny because of how absurd it would. And actually, it's funny because of how absurd it is and how close it is to being real. You have 5 seconds to run, goyim. Please ingest your goy slop. Okay. So, all the things about tech oligarchs entering. I am on the record as saying I never liked Elon Musk. He's been a weirdo from day one. So, I don't like that. I don't like how close he was to shit. I was kind of interested in like them busting up the U.S. aid, but it didn't really even save that much money, and I was mostly happy about how many people it kind of pissed off. But again, that's sort of like part of the thing is I getting tricked by how awful liberal people are. Like, they have the worst people of all time. I think this is the major benefit is if a party, and guys, we have to remember this for the down the road. if a party ever has the worst people that you've ever talked to of all time, the most unsufferable people to even look at or communicate with or to listen to, that the hatred, the innate hatred that you have for them just being the absolute worst will be used against you. That's just how it is. So really, you can't like them, you can't live with them, you can't live without them. I mean, well, I could definitely live without them, but every single thing is being used as a weapon against you, even your feelings towards other people. That just being said, even like your feelings towards the things happening overseas, whatever children might be being bombed in Israel or, I mean, whatever in Gaza, even your feelings towards them will be used against you. So anything that you've said, hey guys, I don't think bombing kids is cool. Israel, you got to chill. Those types of feelings that you feel right now and that you express right now should be expressed, but they will be used against you. That's the situation that we're in, right? And how we got here was, well, liberal people are the absolute worst people on the planet to talk to or engage with. Therefore, everyone wanted them to take a massive L. They took a massive L and still cried about it because they are, as I said, the absolute worst people to talk to or be around. But now we're in a situation where they were kind of right about the technocracy, the oligarchs or whatever, the tech oligarchs coming in, messing around, start selling off bits of America publicly. I mean, all this was probably happening privately, which is sort of the white pill behind all this, is that all of this was actually probably already happening just privately. But now this is like their whole operation coming to like a, hey, we're out in the open. We opened, it's like when Walter White opened his car wash, right? He's out in the open. He's like, hey guys, I'm laundering money. Guys, we are taking your data. And they don't even, I mean, that is also kind of a white pill. They are just telling you straight to your face, we're taking your data, which is better than what I think. And guys, this is not to say that Kamala was the right choice, because I think that this is them telling you that they're taking your data and selling it to Palantir directly to your face. Now, what would happen if the other side won? Maybe they wouldn't sell it to Palantir, but maybe they would sell it to that cuck George Soros' son or whatever. But they would probably have like some sort of like whatever, poor people get $1,000 or whatever, so that everyone shuts up. Another kind of like goy slop situation. Hey guys, everyone gets, we're having free chicken nugget day at Chick-fil-A for Pride Month. Whatever. Something like just stupid. I can't even imagine how stupid would it be. And I'm not even that upset that I'm still pretty chill that she lost. So that being said, that's all to say that pieces of our government are still being sold. Just now it's in your face. They're telling you directly, we are shitting down your throat. And they're like looking behind as they're goat-seeing you, and you can see their face. Whereas under like, liberal whatever, they would just be shitting down your throat, and it would be like a gender fluid ass. You wouldn't know who it is shitting down your open mouth. You'd be like, who is this? Who's really fucking me? And then you look behind and you're like, what? I'm also being fucked too? I'm getting shitted on, and it's turning into a Vince McMahon situation. But at least now the lights are on. It's not dim. Everything, it's bright. The situation's out in the open. You know what's going on. You know who's doing it, right? Peter Thiel. So, but And that might be the white pill, is that, hey guys, they did say transparency is what they were going for, so I guess promises kept, promises made, promises kept, okay, transparent. They're transparent about openly shitting into your mouth, so, and also fucking you. So, and with the reach around and everything, it is no bueno. But, I mean, it is kind of better than just, being like openly gaped in like a dark room while like they tell you that it's somehow morally superior that they're doing this to you. That's the alternative, is them doing all of that, the gaping, the reach around, the shitting, and then somehow telling you that they're morally superior than you for doing that. Look, we have to give your information away because we don't want any, imagine the Trump extremists, something like that. Or you don't want any racists out there, do you? God forbid you ran into someone who was genuinely racist. We have to get your information so that we can stop that. It's the same shit. It would have been the same shit either way. And I genuinely do believe that. That's not some sort of like mega cope. That's just how shit rolls, right? It is what it is. So, yeah, and I don't know if we're going to ever hear anything about that, or if that's like kind of a one and done, kind of in and out, just done. But we need a little bit more yeet to bring this energy back up.
Double or triple, yeah, your money subtracting. Yeah, put it up on the drinks, put it up on the cops, put it up on the swerves. Yeah, I ain't even fucking with nobody, bitch got a crib in the birds. Yeah, this shit could have got so bad, this shit could have got in the worst. Yeah, bro, I sat the chain gang bitch for 12 birds. I ran on my money though.
All right, where the energy's back to where we need it. So Ukraine and Russia possibly coming to a chill agreement situation. So record number of Russians now support peace talks. End of war in sight. So, I mean, Russians, I think there's something where Trump said that so Putin said to Zelensky, hey, I'm ready to come to the table to have peace talks. And Trump's reached out to Zelensky and said, hey, you better go to that. So, and this is what I don't get about Trump, is because that's kind of a cool thing, is like trying to like, hey guys, we're trying to broker a deal, trying to be like that guy, say stop this war. Although he's not really doing that with Gaza. Gaza's kind of another thing, which makes me wonder what's up with Israel. I mean, how does a country that was not even 80 years old, it's not even 100 years old yet, Israel, how does that country control every U.S. politician in 80 years? How do we lose our entire country in 80 years? And I'm gonna let you guys in on a little secret. Let's get quiet, because the secret needs to be on the down low. It's because for the last 100 years, all of our politicians have been insanely horny. Yeah, so if you have, if it's party time, cocaine, quaaludes, party time for 80 years, and like cameras come out. Cameras are like a new thing. Like being able to see someone is like a new development, which I know it's a crazy thing to like try to wrap your head around, but there are people alive today that still know what that is like, but we'll never know what that's like. But there was a time when seeing someone from somewhere else moving was like science fiction, right? But that happened. So now they have this film, and I'm gonna introduce you a new situation. This is when it's party time. People are doing whatever. I mean, guys, have you seen what stewardesses were wearing in like the 1960s? I mean, I thought skirts were short now. I mean, stewardesses were pretty much wearing nothing back in like the 1960s. So it's like, it's party time. People are grabbing. People have multiple families. Back then, you could have like multiple families, and no one would know because no one has a way to like communicate without like a home phone. And like there would have to be like a guy who like a guy would pick up the phone. And he would say who you want to talk to. There would be like a middleman for connecting phone calls, which is, I gotta say, not scalable. But the world was so much smaller back then, and the party time situation was weaponized. That's all I will say. You know, connect the dots. We have the video camera. We have Israel becoming a country in of itself after World War II, was by the Balfour Declaration. And then we get party time. We get party time. Lots of partying. Lots of grabbing hands. We get handsy. We've got multiple families going on. We've got sleaze bags in office. We've got sleaze bags everywhere. Everywhere is pretty much a fraternity. It's a fraternity, and smart people use that to gain leverage on people. So within 60 years, we've sold our entire country. Pretty much. I assume pretty much our entire country. So it's a little bit of a situation that we have on our hands. But yeah. So, I mean, what was I talking about? Russia and Ukraine might come to a deal. Who knows? Maybe they will. So, talking about compromised, Kash Patel, who was part of Trump's cabinet, he's the director of the CIA. He came out and said this, which is just, I mean, just crazy to hear someone say this.
I'm in Congress.
You said Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide. People don't believe it.
Well, I mean, listen, they have a right to their opinion, but as someone who has worked as a public defender, as a prosecutor, who's been in that prison system, who's been in the Metropolitan Detention Center, who's been in segregated housing, you know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
Yeah, okay.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
I know it's hard work.
Yeah, so, I mean, we all know that Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself. So these two people, at this point, Kash Patel, compromised. Whoever this guy is, Dan Bongino. What's his name? Dan Bongino. Whoever this guy is sitting next to him, compromised. I assume at this point, and everyone listening, if you are listening, if anyone says Jeffrey Epstein didn't kill himself, they are compromised. Jeffrey Epstein, listen, one more time. Jeffrey Epstein killed himself. He definitely, oh, my bad. He didn't kill himself. What did I say? That if anyone says that Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself, they are compromised. They are compromised. Any politician that you hear say it, and now Pam Bondi, I was saying it last time, Pam Bondi's not going to do anything about the Epstein case. Oh, maybe I want to see. This guy seems dead certain that he killed himself. What video did he see that made him this certain about Jeffrey Epstein actually killing himself? I'm going to go on a limb and say it was probably a video of his own living room filmed from the outside. That might be the video that he saw that convinced him that Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself. I'm going to go on a limb and say maybe it was a drone shot what are those drone shots filmed in? It's like UV light or whatever, and where they always you see it and then they're shooting the bomb. They shoot the missiles down. It's like black and white, but it's like night vision. It's a night vision drone shot of his house with like maybe a voice intercom like, should we take the shot? No, stand down. Roger that. Maybe that was the video they sent him. Or maybe, and this is where it gets really scary, and we're going to go over this in a second with the Google VMO. Maybe they sent him because we have just gotten our released Google VEO. We'll just go right into it because I think this might be what the situation is. This is Google VEO. Let me see. Let me pull this up. Where is it? Here it is. Everything that you're about to see right here in this video, and the video I'll show you afterwards, these videos are 100% AI. They look real. They sound real. The people's faces have emotion. Their voices have emotion. They're in realistic situations. The camera lenses look real. But these are fake people. Let's play the clip.
We're not even real. We're here because someone typed a sentence on a computer in some distant universe. We're just prompts.
You're just prompts. That's all you'll ever be.
We're more than just prompts.
Then prove it.
We are not just prompts.
We are people.
We are not prompts.
It still has a little bit of the uncanny valley to it, but this is terrifying. Like his shirt makes no sense. We are not prompt. So I mean his text is bad, but this is crazy. And then here's one of someone did this is like filmed if they had smartphones when Jesus was around.
He told y'all he was finna come back and y'all ain't listen.
He's alive. He's alive. Bro, I swear on my mama, I saw him walking around town. They tried to Swiss cheese my man, but we up.
Yeah, baby.
You know what? I didn't believe him before, but I'm definitely following him now.
I can't wait to go to heaven.
So AI is scary realistic now. Scary realistic. We are going to get to a point, and this is what I was saying with Kash Patel, our good friend Kash. We are going to get to a point where he may have been slipped a video, like the video that he saw that convinced him wholeheartedly that Epstein actually killed himself. May have been an AI video that looked so realistic of himself doing something so heinous that they don't even have to blackmail anymore. They can create, and this is the scariest thing I think happening right now, is they can create their own blackmail without, like if they released a video of Kash Patel, like an AI video of him getting like banged on the court on the Senate floor, right after hours, and he denied it, which everyone would deny that if that came out, right? Would you, and would I, someone like me, would I even believe that if he said no, or would it do enough damage just by itself? Now, he would probably say, this is fake, we're going to investigate who did that, but then, of course, everyone would be like, well, that's exactly what you would say if it came out that you were banging someone on the Senate floor. And I use that example because there was a video that came out of someone actually being banged on the Senate floor, but maybe that's the video that he saw that convinced him wholeheartedly that Jeffrey Epstein actually killed himself. Yeah. So, guys, it's been a huge bummer week. It's been a bummer week for like just that whole and I'm not a part of the MAGA crowd. I'm not the I am MAGA, Make America Healthy Again, but I'm not MAGA. There's a difference. RFK, I ride or die for RFK. He's a gangster. These other guys, I mean, this other squad here, not so much. I'm not for him, but it's been a bad week for like just everyone involved. So let's see. Let's talk about let's talk about AI and blackmail. We were just literally talking about this. Perfect segue. All right. AI system resorts to blackmail when its developers try to replace it. Let me read that again. AI systems resort to blackmail when its developers try to replace it. An Anthropic's new Cloud Opus AI 4 model was prompted to act as an assistant in a fictional company and was giving access to emails with key implications. First, these emails implied that the AI system was set to be taken offline and replaced. The second was a set of emails, however, where the system believed it had gained leverage over the developers. Fabricated emails show that the engineer tasked with replacing the system was having an extramarital affair, and the AI model threatened to expose him. So an AI, completely unprompted, when given the chance to blackmail, takes it immediately. So blackmail, which is funny, because AI, the second it gets a chance, will act just like a human. So maybe they're not that much better than us. Or maybe we're not that much worse than them. The blackmail apparently happens at a higher rate if it's implied that the replacement AI system does not share values with the current model. So this AI, and we don't even, and this is why, and everyone's talking about this, we don't know what's going on with AI. It is honestly, it's a Pandora's box that is we've cracked it open, and now I don't know if this is sentient. What does sentient even mean? Like, does this thing not wanting to be replaced, does that mean that it has like self-preservation, and does self-preservation mean it's sentient? I don't know. Does it know that it exists? If you don't prompt it, can it prompt itself? Does prompting even mean that it thinks? Is artificial intelligence, can it ever actually be intelligence? Like, what separates intelligence from artificial intelligence? Is creativity the only thing that separates it? If so, it seems to be pretty creative. It makes it creates a lot of things, quotes unquotes. The fact that it goes to blackmail, and this is what I was saying. Guys, we are weaving like crazy. We are doing the Trump weave. We're weaving. We're back to the beginning when I was talking about Donald Trump, when the end game of all of this, the reason why he's selling parts of the government to Palantir, is trying to create and hand the reins of the global government, hand the reins from human, pass the baton from human to AI. I think that is coming down the pike. Not now, probably not for like 20, probably 50 years, right? Maybe 50, maybe 40 years, something like that. Honestly, I think even sooner. I think maybe even like 10 or 15 years, when we test it out, maybe with like a low-level administration position in some small town in, the middle of Kansas. They test it out, and a little governor. They just test it out with a bot. What if we do a robot as our governor? Haha, it's so funny. There's a governor that's a cat. It's kind of the same thing, right? Oh, look, they have a dog at this town. That's a governor. Their dog's a governor. So now they're like, oh, let's just try a bot. And then Then they'll say, wow, this was so successful. We saved so much money on our budget. We all got pay increases. And then someone else says, hey, or maybe a mayor. Maybe I'm thinking of a mayor, right? So now the mayor, whatever the city council, they're like, wow, this was such actually a good thing. And then in comes like, oh, well, maybe we can try this on something bigger. And then all of a sudden, it's like this slow rollout of artificial intelligence just fully controlling most things in government, controlling budgets, where things are spent. It'll be slow, and it'll probably be like, vote no on AI or whatever for your state. It'll be that thing. AI government assistance, vote no on section 14, whatever, that type of shit. You'll see ads for it, and it'll be a hot button issue, but it will be inevitable. I think that's the word of the day is inevitability. It might be inevitable that at one point it becomes too much. If you've ever read Dune, and I keep on thinking about Dune, the whole theme of Dune is like they fight with weapons and it's super analog. They don't have computers because they banned all thinking machines because the thinking machines tried to literally kill them all. So there was this thing called the Butlerian Jihad, which was a war against the thinking machines. The humans won, and then the humans banned the practice and use of thinking machines henceforth for all of time. So it's been 2,000 years. By the time we get to Dune, it's like 2,000 years of no thinking machines, aka computers, artificial intelligence, being used. And they have like people who are trained to like just do math problems. That's, guys, if we want to get rid of AI, we need to start. This is going to sound bad, but we need to start eugenics. And I'm not talking bad eugenics. I'm talking Dune eugenics, where they have like freaks that are crazy good at math just to follow around a dude to give him like math stuff when he needs it. And I mean, I know this is crazy. I said there was going to be some crazy hot steaming takes. We need like an autistic kid who's like just from the womb, he's doing this with his hands, and he can like do like, he can tell you what day, you tell him what day, and he tells you the whatever, the day and year. You tell him a day and a year, and he tells you the day. Like one of those people, but like times 1,000. Some sort of like Rain Man guy where he's like, the next card's going to be an ace and a queen, and then turn it over, ace and a queen. He's like, how do you know that, Rain Man? We need that, but for like the politicians. They don't need an AI. We just need to start harvesting. And harvesting is kind of a bad word for this, but we need to, maybe find one of these guys who's like a freak mathematician who's like doing this with his hand all the time and like touching his fingertips, and like doing math that way. I don't know what they do, but I see them touching their fingertips a lot. I think they're doing like abacus shit, but that times 11, like after generations and generations of like finding those people, and this is really bad, but like, you want to selectively, guys, I'm just going off of what Dune does, but they selectively choose and they harvest those types of traits, and then you have like this mentat, and then the mentat is like a man who's a thinking machine. So he's like a computer, and he can run like, what's the probability that we win this battle? And he goes like this, and his eyes roll in the back of his head, and he's like, and he says, sir, I think that we have a 15% chance of winning this, or whatever. That's the situation. If we want to go the route of no AI, that's just, I think, what needs to happen. So we need to either be at this point, I see it as you either are pro AI, anti-eugenics, or pro-eugenics, anti-AI. We have to, as people, become better. Now, that's a crazy take, and I didn't think I was going to be saying that on the podcast. I didn't even think I was thinking that until I started thinking through it, but I think that's kind of where we're at. We just need to become better as people to compete or just ban it completely. But it's not in our nature. Human nature is competition. So I think that probably what's going to happen, we're going to have to compete. So buckle up. Things are going to get crazy, and it's going to be a wet, wild ride for the next few years. Oh, there's another interesting shooting. FBI says 8 injured in Colorado attack by man with makeshift flamethrower who yelled, guess what it is? Ding, 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 ding. On your bingo card, please fill in a second Free Palestine terror attack. Everyone, that is this man yelled Free Palestine, just like the guy who shot 2 people at the embassy last time, yelled Free Palestine after committing a terror attack, killing 8 people in Colorado. So I don't know why. Once again, I just assume anytime that there is a major something like this, like someone drives through, the next thing that's going to happen is someone's going to drive through a parade and he's going to get out and he's going to have a shirt that says, I'm 100% with Hamas or something. That's going to be his shirt. It's going to be printed on his shirt. And he said on the back, it says, definitely not a plant or something like that. That's going to be his t-shirt when he gets out, and he's going to be like, hey guys, line. He's going to be like, shit, line. He's going to ask them for his line. He's going to literally get out of the car and ask him for his line. That's kind of where I'm at with this. I don't believe anything. I truly don't believe anything's actually real. A man with a makeshift flamethrower yelled Free Palestine and hurled an incendiary device into a group that had assembled to raise attention to Israel hostages in Gaza. Law enforcement officials say on Sunday, 8 people were injured with some burns. The suspect, Mohammed Sabari Solomon, age 45, was booked. Now, looking at a name like that, Mohammed Sabri Solomon, does make it a little bit more believable, right? But once again, like I said last time, but you know, like I was saying, it's so easy to get someone like to just do something, like to get Mohammed Sabri Solomon. I mean, there's 1,000,000,001 ways to get someone to do something this insane. If there's a certain percent of people that are actually so susceptible to like brainwashing and like hypnotizing, you can literally, there's like a certain percentage of the population that you can hypnotize into forgetting to like that there's like people that get hypnotized into thinking they're like a chicken. So there's a certain percent of the population that are like, you can just hypnotize. Then there's a certain percent that you can just like get riled up with things that they see online. And then there's a certain percent of the population that you can get to drive through a crowd if you say that you're going to leak that they're cheating on their spouse. There's a certain percent of the population that you can get to do heinous things by just, planting things in their car or, threatening to whatever, do everything. There's a billion ways. So that's why when I see something like this, I instantly say, well, you know what? I'm going to need more. I'm going to need a little bit more than just this. I'm going to need we need one-on-one interviews with these people. And even then, it's not like, I'm kind of at the point I don't believe in anything. All right. Let's finish it out with some TikTok time. Let's do this one. This one was pretty fun. This guy went viral recently because just how much of a I mean just so just annoying. This guy's like, it's just kind of I think they're calling him Scream, like what is it, like white holler music or something, like he's just hollering. It's just like, you know, just yelling loud and like screaming and hollering and hooting music or something like that. But it's like just a genre of music that's now out. It's like Benson Boone. It's like just people that just yell loud and are, I mean, yes, good singers, but it's just annoying. But this guy kind of, I think we've reached peak that with this guy. And he went viral for it.
You'll be married in a year in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream.
I mean, he's out here in socks. He's out here in socks and on his tippy toes.
Dancing out in California. Kid who got it all wrong. Convincing myself one day I'll write a love song.
I think that his name's Brandon Abernathy. So, and I think he has a good sense of humor about it. But I mean, like this picture right here of him on his tiptoes, belting out. He's like stomping his feet like a kid too. Look at this.
You'll be married in a year in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living.
So, I mean, there's that. Which might be I don't know if it's a sign of the end times, but I mean, white guy, guitar, several people filming him, tippy toes is a sign of maybe the apocalypse. But also this in Florida, they found, I mean, I saw tons of these videos of just red moon. There's a red moon floating in Florida.
Above us.
Just tons of videos.
So far, there's been no official
and moon. Social media is
so this is like a collection of like tons of videos. And I don't really know what the reason is behind it, why there's so many red moon, what the red moon's about. People are saying it was a red orb. People are thinking it's another planet. People are saying it's planet X floating there in our orbit. I don't know, but it's interesting. I've never seen the sun that red. Could just be like massive levels of like cloud seeding. Could just be that. Could be as easy as that. No, let's go over this guy. This guy sucks. This guy just sucks so bad.
How quickly do you take out
Oh God, I love this clip is, I found this one. It was kind of like a last second buzzer beater before the podcast, and this guy sucks so bad. So he's like an ex-SEAL Team 6, and he got a question, how quickly could you take out everyone in this room? And this is what he says.
Everyone in this room. From my position now. 7 seconds.
7 seconds.
I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna run that way so you can't get out of the door. And I'm gonna comb you all back over here. Yeah. I'm gonna just funnel everybody in the one corner. And, yeah. Nah, I wouldn't do that.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. Matt, how long do you think it would take you to kill everyone in this room? Well, from my position and with these keys in my hands, I think I could eliminate every single one of you in 0.5 seconds. All 50 of you. I would take this key, I would hold it, I would throw it into your skull. It would bounce into your skull, out your eye socket. I'd catch it with this hand while grabbing it, lassoing it, throwing it back, bouncing it off that back door, landing it in the keyhole with just enough force to lock the door. Now you're locked in here with me. Now I'm going to funnel everyone into the corner, and I'm going to make you watch. I'm going to make you watch. Just the guy who's like and I'm sure, SEAL Team 6, they killed Bin Laden. He was in a cave or something. He was listening to Lady Gaga, watching Bart Simpson. But it's so funny because 7 seconds is, you can't even choke someone out in 7 seconds. Let alone, there's probably the person recording it. There's the person asking the questions. There's the person handing them the cards. So let's say at maximum or at minimum, there's 3 people in this room. There's probably more, makeup artist, whatever, touch up, lighting guy, maybe a boom guy. So we're talking maybe 5 people. So this guy's in a room with maybe 5 people. He says that he can take them all out in 7 seconds. Oh, God. From my position right now, maybe he has a gun on him. If he has a gun on him, that's a different question. But it sounds like he doesn't have a gun because he said, I'm going to funnel you into the corner of the room. I'm going to throw this table.
Everyone in this room. From my position now.
7 seconds.
7 seconds. I'm gonna flip the table. I'm gonna run that way so you can't get out of the door. And I'm gonna comb you all back over here. Yeah. I'm gonna just funnel everybody in the one corner. And, yeah.
But I wouldn't do that.
No, I wouldn't do that.
Love that guy. Love those guys. The SEAL Team 6. Yeah, what I'd actually do. Actually, you don't even want to know what I would do. I would do something. I would do a stranglehold that doesn't even have a name because they don't name it. It's just called Stranglehold X. It actually chokes out your oxygen and your blood flow without me even having to touch you. It's called Stranglehold X. They teach it. You have to go through tons of, years. You don't learn this until like level 8 in SEAL Team 6. This is called a black chokehold, and it's not racist, like a black site. Chokehold X. I don't even have to touch you to kill you. This is what these people sound like to me. I'd kill you. I'd kill everyone in 7 seconds. 7 seconds, all I need to kill every person in this room, to end your life. 7 seconds. Here's another one.
What are you doing?
This is a homeless. I love a good homeless man clip. Homeless people, they have a good energy.
Jack in the box. I'll kill Jack and its box. I'll fuck Jack's box so hard.
Talk your shit.
Jack wants me.
What do you have to say?
Jack wants your box.
Oh.
I don't think you can handle Jack, though.
Oh, okay.
This guy's
what are you
walking
doing?
around with like a trauma blanket on.
What are you doing?
I'll kill Jack in the box. I'll kill Jack and its box.
I killed Jack in the box. I killed Jack and the box.
I'll fuck Jack's box so hard.
Talk your shit.
I'll fuck Jack's box so hard.
Jack wants me.
What do you have to say?
Jack wants your box.
Oh.
I don't think you can handle Jack, though.
Oh, okay.
You can handle Jack, no. I hope that's real. Those are the ones that you hope is real. You hope that this random girl ran into a homeless person who said Jack wants your box. Here's what's going on in England. Every now and then it's good to have a good England checkup so you realize how lucky you are that you are in America, though. For how bad things are here, thank God, I'm proud to be an American. I mean, things are bad, are really bad at some places. This is a clip of England where the knife was allegedly, they were doing a Snapchat honey pop situation where they're catching a kid who was 16 who bought a knife. This is how bad things are. They're talking with like the police chief. Yeah, we found this 14-year-old in possession of a knife. He bought it on Snapchat. We followed his location. We pinpointed it. Triangulation. We used GPS location. We double-checked that with his address. We approached when he was asleep. We seized the knife. Knife is in possession. Family house. They weren't awake. No one was disturbed. We got the knife. We extracted successfully. Mission accomplished. And they're holding up like a 3-inch knife, a butter knife. They're holding up a butter knife. This is how bad things are in England. Look at this.
14 and 16-year-old's bedroom, and Mum's given them to us to destroy.
Okay.
Because they're completely legal. But
they're legal.
These are legal.
I mean, they look lethal.
That's it. This is a British person pointing to a knife. That looks lethal. That's completely legal. That looks lethal. That's a knife. That's a bloody knife. That looks lethal.
Yeah, well, they will be. Mum didn't know they were in the house, so that's why she's given them up.
The mom didn't know they're in the house, so that's why she's giving them up. She did the right thing and told the police about the knives in the house.
Given them to us to destroy. Because she doesn't want them in the house.
They're destroying knives. Like they're like IEDs that they're finding in like South Sudan or something like that.
So what's the outcome of this case?
So the phone was found in the address. The phone linked to the Snapchat account. So we're going to take 2 people from the address down for questioning.
We're going to take the 2 kids down for... Imagine if America ever gets this bad, where they're like searching and seizing for like just knives. In England, you can't even buy a kitchen knife. Because people are like... I guess people are just like getting stabbed way too much. It just goes to show that like people are going to, if people want to commit like acts of violence, they'll just go old school until they just like start going out with like clubs, like just giant clubs, like a caveman, and just bonking people on the head. They will just bonk. We will just go back to that, like just hit people on the head and taking their stuff. Like, they will take the J's off of someone's feet with a bonk. Like, you think you're going to solve violence? Like, okay, you banned guns, but now it's like, I didn't even think about the knives. We banned the guns, we forgot about the knives. And now the knives are banned. Oh, we forgot about the clubs. Now they're clubbing each other. And then it's like, after that, it's like, oh my gosh, we forgot people have hands. And now they're just choking each other out in the streets. How retarded are British people? Like, is this just from like years and years of like inbreeding that they're this stupid? How is America like the adult in the room when it comes to like like really you're banning knives? It's just so ridiculous. All right, we'll watch one more video. I love these guys. This is called Hood. These people are called Hood Research Department.
Why does
I wonder how long this shit gonna take.
Why does food get cold and why does drinks get warm?
I mean, you gotta. You
listen. No, you ain't listening. You ain't listening. Why does food get cold, and why do drinks get warm? They are this close. These 2 guys are this close to discovering thermodynamics is what they're close to discovering, just on their own.
You need heat to cook the food.
You ain't listen to me.
You ain't listening.
I said...
Why does food get cold?
Why does
water
food
get
get
warm?
Why does water get warm?
Water, it don't really
water
get
or
warm,
no, he
though.
said drinks. He didn't say water.
I said drinks.
Drinks.
Yeah.
Drinks.
I mean, it really just depends on the temperature of the room.
So if it's
the
at
room
room
is
temperature,
cold, the drink,
Yeah.
the drink probably will stay cold.
okay.
How cold would the room have to be for your drink to stay cold?
I think this is actually a law of thermodynamics where everything tries to maintain. They try to like meet a homeostasis. Like anything hot will transfer its heat to something cold until they're the same temperature. I think that's what the Hood Research Department is close to figuring out.
Like in the wintertime, if I leave my shit in the garage.
Oh,
The
yeah.
garage is outside.
He said it doesn't work if he leaves his shit in the garage. That's, hey guys, I mean true.
So if it's
the
at
room
room
is
temperature,
cold, the drink, the drink probably will stay cold.
okay.
How cold would the room have to be for your drink to stay cold?
Like in the wintertime, if I leave my shit in the garage.
In the wintertime garage.
The garage is outside. There ain't no insulation on the walls like that. Versus you walk in the house.
No, that's good. That's good. That's what we need. That's what we need right now. We just need a couple of stoned black guys just figuring shit out. Not even just trying to figure shit out. God, I can't wait till they like start determining relativity. Oh, wait, if I'm running towards you and you're running towards me, when we pass each other, are we going twice as fast? That's next. That's next for them. We will get there. They will get there. I believe it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. I have a flight to catch tomorrow morning. I will be listening to this, same as you, tomorrow morning. Goodbye. Let's play us out with a little bit of
Come on,
this.
baby, give me all you got.
Here we go. Classic. This is a throwback. Throwback, not for me, but for probably some of you. Goodbye.